There's been lots of discussion, debate on why is everything here, why not nothing? And the final answer is, like it or not, it's always been here. Otherwise it would have had to come out of nothing. And if it came out of nothing, then it would be just as logical for it to disappear and become nothing. It's self-evident that it's here. It's self-evident it must have always been here, like it or not. And not only that, it's been proven that matter is indestructible. And if it's indestructible, well, it can't disappear and become nothing, can it? And it can't come out of nothing. When I talk about something coming out of nothing, well, the nothing must have, the nothing couldn't have been nothing. It must have been something, if there was something in it to come out of it. So, like it or not, there's only one answer, and as hard as it is to comprehend, we could say, well, why not nothing instead of something? Why not nothing at all? Right? And I go along with that. I say, why not nothing? But unfortunately, whatever, it doesn't matter, like it or not, there is something. And just being something is self-evident that it must have always been here. Otherwise it would have come out of nothing. So I can understand the atheist and the materialist being a little bit on the back foot with that one. Right? They can't answer it. But then the religious people, they got no answer whatsoever. They're in fairyland. So, with that little bit of a quirk there for the rationalist or the materialist, that little quirk, you just have to accept it. Like it or not, there's no alternative. Just existing is self-evident that it must have always been here. And I know that's hard to comprehend. You know what I mean? It's logical to put it this way. Why not nothing compared to something? Well, anyhow, nothing's hard to comprehend. I can't comprehend no space. But then I could say, well, why isn't there just space only, with no matter in it? Right? That's possible, isn't it? That's a reasonable alternative. But you can't say, why not only matter and no space, because matter requires space to exist. So matter requires space. So we just have to accept matter and space always existing. And the matter particles being indestructible, eternal. And everything being an inevitable combination, everything. Combines and then uncombines forever and ever. We all go back in the stew pot to make up something else, and we all come out of the stew pot, like it or not. So that's a simple answer. You tell me any other answer. Of course, there's dualism. People believe in both at the same time. They believe in magic and something being created out of nothing, and something they believe in both. That's dualism. That's the ultimate cop-out. Right? So, if you're going to take up a belief, either be religious or be non-religious. Don't be a dualist. That's pure hypocrisy, being a dualist. And most people are. Right? They believe in both. They believe in magic and they believe in the materials things. Right? It's simple. It's got no logic and reasoning, that. So that's it. And now even scientists are a little bit on the back foot. They're saying quantum mechanics, the particles can disappear and become nothing, then come back out of nothing. Well, they can't come back out of nothing. There must have been the particles there, and they disappeared. They must have disintegrated. The particles are still somewhere. So the scientists, be careful. Be careful. You've only step back a little bit further and you're the same as the religious people. Right? I think to be a fair dinkum scientist, you've got to be a materialist, or an atheist. Materialist to be a fair dinkum scientist. Mind you, could be a scientist, a religious scientist, and you may invent or do something that's reasonably correct. But overall, if you're going to be a scientist, you're better off to be a materialist, because that doesn't accept any excuse whatsoever. Nothing magical, nothing supernatural. It's got to be proven absolutely, right? Or if not proven absolutely, you can't prove anything that's in the infinite. But you can use your logic and reason and have a reasonable conclusion, right? And the reasonable conclusion is you cannot have infinity. You can have infinity, but we as individuals can't reach it. We can't go there. Well, we can in a way. Our particles must have always existed, eh? And when we die, you know, they'll make up something else. In that sense. Anyhow, just my little say. I'll click off at that.